So let's do an update on the experiment I was doing with these two batteries. Uh, Yesterday, I came in and it was at night to check the system because it had been going around 2 days since Sunday. And it's off. I'm going, okay, what happened? Did I run out of energy? I checked these batteries. They're full, like they were supposed to be. And then I said, oh, maybe I blew up something, and I start checking all the other systems. They work fine. And what actually happened is this went bad. Okay, so let's see if we can get that into focus. So let's do this. Because anytime you don't focus this thing in, let's focus it right in. Okay, that's a good one from all the other times. Okay, so it knocks it down to around 12 volts. These are 36 watt batteries, and it did not go over 48. But this thing had a meltdown. Okay, so I started a new one, but because it was a new battery, I had to find the sweet spot to keep the system going the way I want. This is the battery we decided to use, and that was another old battery we had from another device that went bad. So let's turn off this light and see if we can focus in on what's going here. Okay, as you see, we're simulating that 35 watts right here, and that's coming from this right here. See, 35, and these are the amps going into it. It is taking it from the grid down here, so it's pulling in, say, 102, 103 watts of power. So now that we're back up here, that battery is at 1174. Now I had this up higher and I was overheating the batteries, so I had to take that down. So let's look at some of that information. Let's turn this light back on and zoom out and look at some of this data here. Matter of fact, we're going to zoom back in as we look at this data. Okay. So when we started, and it was at night, the battery was right here. 1374. That's the battery. We were putting in 27 volts, 5 amps. That was this thing right here. And over here, it was putting 26.5, 0.8 amps, which is really heating up those batteries. And we were at 1375. Okay. This kept that battery charged, but the battery was overheating. So then I had to stay up all night tinkering with it to bring it down right here, and we'll see that. See, it says 35, it'll go up 36. See it pop up just 36, and it'll just fluctuate. See, 36. So that's what I wrote down. I wrote down the highest one, and this was the amps, 2.85, and that says 2 point, and you see that fluctuating 6.1. We'll say 6.1. Okay, so the battery was here, 1181. Now I left it on from last night there till right now. Okay, and it's in the afternoon, and it's past 4 o'clock. Actually, I think it's like 6 or something. And the battery is right there. It is at 1177, 79. You see what's going into it, 35 volts and 6 amps. And I'm hoping it's going to hold there. And it is drawing power. It is putting that power back into the grid. Okay. So we got this working from this battery and we pumping energy in and out of it. I think I can go up a little bit higher, but I want to see how long this lasts because this has been running all day. You know what is actually turned off? That right here. Says it went back on the grid. Right there. To charge the battery. So this only runs for 5 hours or less, depending on how much is going. And this one has definitely been running, see if we get it back in focus, for over 5 hours. Okay, so we're going to come back and give you an update on exactly how this long, because we had to redo this. And we haven't did this splice, because when I do the wire from right here, the battery coming out of the ring, down to the wire here, down to the battery, when I take these two and connect it back up here in the solar power, I can now bring this number, which is 105. So remember these numbers. See how it jumps down, jumps up? We can take that number down, and this number right here, we should try to get it lower or close to that. That's what the whole premise of this experiment is. So just keep track and we'll update you later on. All right, I'm out. Okay, I wanted to look at this one more time before we go, because I put the times on there. So when I checked it at 6 o'clock, which actually I checked this at 3 o'clock a.m. and it was here. Okay, so, but we're going to count this as 6 o'clock because this is a new experiment. And I just checked it again. It is 7:48, which you just seen. That's how much it went down between the two. So again, I'll put another time on here when I update this. Okay, so people can keep track of how well we actually do the batteries when we recycle them.